Okay, let's see if that is any better. Right, where did I stop? All right, I wanted to do manual testing and wanted to review that message. So there is, in that error message, I saw that there is one label wrong. It's open lines and open journal, and open lines action is actually the delete lines action. I don't know why I changed that. So this is delete lines. Well, that's interesting. I just read before I restarted the stream, I checked that video and it was not frozen. So I mean, I skipped through a few moments up until the end of that video, and I was still seeing my head move. So, oh, wait a second. Now I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Not the whole thing was frozen, but the VS Code was frozen. So that's actually okay. Now I got it. Okay, so I did not understand that correctly. Learn something again. Hopefully it won't happen again. So now we are up again. Let me show what I did. Crap. Okay, so that's unfortunate. All right. I did rename this extension, removed the implementation. In my OBS, I'm just sharing that screen, so I'm not reliant on the monitor resolution and everything. And apparently, I need to reselect the window I'm sharing for each stream. And I just saw VS Code in the preview, so I didn't pay as close attention to what I'm actually looking at there. So that was the issue. All right. Now mouse is moving. Window change also works. So we should be good to continue. So what I did, I copied over this extension, this code unit, remove the implementation of that interface, so I can change the signature a little bit. I have the implementation for underpayments moved into a different code unit, which only calls into that customer journal code unit, but replaces the filter function itself. And now the write-off function of the original code unit receives the customer ledger entry by reference. So I do not need to call the filter function in here anymore. Just the preconditions, verify journal setup, and then create the write-off. That way I can now leave the major part of the whole code as it is. I did run the tests and I did just do the manual. Did I do? Let me see. Write-off documents, underpayments, generate. There we go. So this still works as it did before. This is fine. And now I can copy this code unit and do the overpayments part. As well. Copy. Okay, now I can adjust the filter. So I want to do okay, so everything less than 0 and larger or equal than the write-off. So that will give me, in the customer ledger entries, I created some examples, and I'm not even sure if you saw this. Probably didn't. I created some invoices just to play around with. I have one invoice with like $33 and something open, so those get grabbed by the write-off for underpayments. Now I need to grab this line with a negative outstanding amount, because this is a payment. This is an overpayment where the invoice got applied completely, and then the payment is having a remaining amount. So this should grab this, and I still want to invert that amount, the remaining amount, for in my journal. So this is, I think this is everything I need to do. Let's go to the enum and replace the implementation. Now this should work. Oh, this was the wrong bit. Okay, so let's do manual test again. Write-off documents. This time overpayments to go up to 800. Otherwise it won't work. Now interesting. So the applies to document type is a payment. So this seems to be the correct payment, but it did not copy over any amount. There is this. The write-off. Customer ledger entry remaining amount. So this is still running. Interesting. So let's debug this maybe. Overpayments, 800, generate. Now, let's see, customer ledger entry, this is my payment. Where's the remaining amount? Closed by amount. Open no. That's also interesting. Entry number 27. Let's double check if that's the right entry number. It's not. It is not. But why? It's grabbing the different. I think it's grabbing the different. The other one. The other payment. This one. This is 27. Is it doing that? I thought I was filtering the remaining amount. Oh, yep. I did change the order of the parameters and then copied them over, so this is how it has to be. No custom ledger entries within the filter. This. Okay. Document number has to have a value. Need to check why this is not working anymore. Maybe my number series setup is not working correctly. It doesn't have number series at all. This is install code. Need to test this. Preview post. So this works. This is looking good. Now the only question is probably, like for customer experience, they would not need to want to adjust this based on like the write-off limit based off the type. That doesn't make sense. So I need to write-off limit. For this, no, for the filter, I need to invert it for the filter. Because later it's inverted anyway, so but not here. Let's do it here. That should help. Okay, now why is my install code not working? So I create a number series. Let's double check that. Number series. Right off, there we go. So this is there. Oh, the template. I assigned this to the template. Maybe it has to be assigned to the batch. Genre templates. Right off. So there is the number series. Let's see. Batches. Right off. Let's try that again. Right off documents. 800 overpayments. Oh, I did not publish. Okay, overpayments, 800, generate. Now it gets the number. Right. Preview post. Let's actually post this. You have one or more documents that must be posted before you post document number according to your company number series setup. It's a new one, maybe because of this. Oh. This is default numbers. Don't think there is much more I can do. I hope that mute worked. So I have the allow gaps in here increment. Let's see, one more try. 800 overpayments, delete lines, generate. Number 2, post. Number series setup. Is there another number series setup than the one number series? No. Okay, debugger, your friend and helper. Let's find out what's going on. Write off overpayments 800 generate. This is fine. This is my error message. Those are a number of breakpoints. Now post. Right. Oh, if not manual numbers. Why manual numbers? Okay. Where do I generate the new number? Get next number. This function finds the first valid number series line based on the data usage and calls the number series line implementation to get the next number. Really not sure if I'm doing anything wrong here, to be honest. But I mean, I don't really care. Number series. Okay, so manual numbers it is. Look at the results. We don't have a document type. Not sure if that is a problem. I also don't want to extend the document types. Need to see. I'm not sure if I want to write off a payment, if that should be a document type of invoice. I feel like no document type would be better than the wrong document type. And applied entries. The payment is applied. And the payment does not have a remaining amount anymore, so I feel that is working. So let's adjust the install code unit with the manual changes I just did. And then it's time for a commit. General batch, number series. Validate. Number series code. And the number series code, that's the line. Here, number series. Validate. Okay. Manual numbers. Yes. We don't have what do we have? Default numbers. Let's do default numbers as well. True, and then I think the implementation, or at least the allow gaps or something. What was it called? Implementation. Maybe that's just on the page, and they removed that with the move to the foundation layer. Number series line, validate, implementation. That would be sequence to allow gaps. I don't think that this is something that needs to avoid any gaps. All right, so let's see. This is the new code units. Those changes were also for the new code units. This is for the new code units. This as well. And this looks unused. Why did it add that? Don't need that. Let's install. Okay. Split. Dynamics 365 developer is asking in the chat, how would I rate the GitHub Copilot for Business Central NIL? Difficult question actually, or pretty good question. I did a bunch of things in my last stream. Let me see. I think it's in the test implementation code unit. Yep. So if I have like, let me explain what is happening here. This is an implementation where I want to track if the functions were called. I want to track that from my tests. So I created a dummy implementation in my test app to do that. And I'm using this test app instead of the actual code because I don't care if I want to test the code that's actually being run here during execution in separate tests. So I replaced this, and then I can track if those functions were called, and this is what I care about in my test. Now, this is a repetitive pattern where I have a was called variable for the function I'm currently in. And then I also have get functions for all of those. So when writing this kind of functions, Copilot is actually quite helpful. So you can see that it knows exactly what kind of functions are missing here. And that way I can produce code like this really easily. But I feel like for more complex scenarios, like more complex code where there are patterns, and I think like any table, any page with the fields that are these are patterns, and Copilot tries to grab them, like pick them up and guess what you're trying to do. And oftentimes that's like, it's close, but it's not close enough for me to use that code and then adjust. I'm still faster writing it on my own in those kind of scenarios. So it's still learning, it's getting better. Not perfect, and I think you need to know what to use it for and what not. But it's good enough, so I don't switch it off. So maybe that's enough of an answer. So let's finish the commit message. Split the write-off into the customer write-off into journal into codeunits. This is one commit, and then you just install code to properly install number series. All right. Let's have a look at the difference between those two code units again. So it's really only those two filters. So I'm not even sure if I really need to write any or add any tests for this, because I have like the main code unit I have adjusted, like I have tested. I have test code for all of this, and it works exactly the same apart from those two filters. So I don't think there is much to test here. What I wanted to change though, I'm not happy with the structure of that, like the caption. I want to change the caption so it's easier to see what's happening. I think, and let me know what you think, and also down in the comments below afterwards. I think something like underpayments, and then do like underpayments, something like this, into journal, This is customer. I feel like this is a good caption. Let's see how this looks in the client, if that gets picked up correctly. I'm not sure. Actually not sure. But I think that's better. The reason why I have it like this is I definitely want to look at vendors as well. I'm not sure if it's as popular as for customers to dump leftover dollar amounts into dedicated GL accounts. Like for vendors, if you pay them short or too much, that's like a different story than the customer pays you too short or too much. But maybe there are scenarios with currency conversion rates and stuff like that where vendors would still, like this would still apply to vendors. So, and I mean, it's again mostly copy and paste, and this time it probably will be copy paste of those 3 code units, and then maybe some adjustments. But I also want to leave room for different targets. Like I could imagine to write this off into documents directly if I want to have something to print afterwards, like create invoices, create credit memos, like on batch. That's why I want to have those 3 values in here. And maybe, like, I mean, anything's possible with interfaces. So any scenario could be still added to this afterwards. But those are the main, like I want to do this for vendors still. And then the documents might be a later phase. That's why I want to have all 3 values in here, and I think that's, I mean, this is just a caption, so that can be adjusted anyway, always later as well. Let's leave it like this for now. I think the very last thing to add is tooltips. Some tooltips in here, and maybe the, whatever that is called, those guided window help, whatever thingy. Oh, that's another good use case for Copilot. Write tooltips for me. So select the type of write-off to perform. That's not bad. That's, oh yeah, specifies the type of write-off to perform. Not sure I can write much more to this. Let's continue with this. This doesn't have a caption yet. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this has a, okay. So it has a caption class actually, and then specifies the filter to select the ledger entries to write off, the write-off limit. Tooltip specifies the maximum amount to write off. ledger entry. Yep, that's correct. Specifies the cutoff date. Anything. Any ledger entry new posted after this date will be ignored. And I don't think the generate button can have a tooltip. Okay, so leave it like this. Now, what is this? I think it's the about text. So there is a about title. So this is write-off documents. Oh, about title property cannot be declared because the web client does not support teaching tips in this location. So navigate pages can't have teaching tips. I'm about to challenge that. Is this a warning? Like guidance? A suggestion? Or is this actually not working? Interesting. Okay. I still want to have some kind of instructional text. Let's see. Area content is directly in the content. All right, so let's do some page hacking. Instructional text field. Instructional text. This will not have a caption. Will not be editable. Let's see. Here we go. Text on the page. Now, this has to be a label, otherwise I can't translate this afterwards. Use this page to write off remaining amounts on ledger entries. Either select over or underpayments. And this is something, I mean, it's only designed for over and underpayments so far, and I couldn't think about any other kind of write-off. But this might be subject to change if there will be another type. So use the special write-off remaining amounts on ledger entries. Either select over or underpayments. Select the write-off type to specify payments, customer, or vendor ledger entries. Once. I might need to enable word wrap here. Because that's difficult. Once you click the tool tips for more information. Click generate to create the journal. Let's see how that looks. What the? Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help. Let's see if we can fix this with multi-line. Yes, we can. I don't think I can do any kind of formatting in here. I want to try see if I can do line breaks with the backslash. It would be very interesting. But apart from that, I don't think I can do bold or anything like markdown in fields. I mean, I can try, but... So line breaks work. That's interesting. Now let's see if I can do like bold. That would be a surprise for sure. Where's my star? There. Is double star bold or was it single star? I think it's double star. No, that doesn't work. Okay. That would be surprising. I know that you can use like markdown in tooltips. So let's just give that a try as well. I can do something like this in here. And then it should render this as bold. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't want to use Bing. Yeah, that documentation is actually useless. What is this? This is contribution to help, so this doesn't help either. Tooltips on table, yeah, that's right. Refresh of content, modern tooltip UI. I think this sounds promising. Tooltips give better understanding to perform. New display multiple paragraphs and apply italic and bold font styles. Yeah, but how? How do I do that? Let's try single stars. No idea. Yeah, so that's really helpful. Don't know. Sometimes. Yeah, but I don't need it either, so it doesn't really matter. Let's remove that from here as well. And maybe do another line break in here. See if that's fine, but I think that should work. Yeah, just a little introduction. I mean, this is, once this goes through testing, I might need to adjust this a little bit, but I think this should conclude what I wanted to do, what I wanted to finish today on the write-off document extension. And yep, so hopefully this will be ready to go to AppSource soon. And for the next stream I will think of something else, but the plan is, and this was, I'm not, I think voice worked in my last stream, but I'm going to delete the video, so because it doesn't make any sense to show you a frozen screen for 30 minutes. The idea for this stream is to stream whatever I can stream in terms of Business Central development. So I got the right, like the go to stream everything I do for AppSource development, although those apps will be monetarized later. So oh, monetarization I need to still implement. So I might do that on Monday. Let's see, maybe later, not sure. So monetarization I need to still implement, and those apps will be, they won't be for free and they won't be on my open source GitHub. So those are closed source, but I still am allowed to stream those. So I will continue to stream regularly as I can, and stream basically everything I'm allowed to stream. If I do something with open source development, I might do some linter stuff. If I will be working on the code history repositories, like the on-prem and the sandbox repository, if I happen to do any contributions to Microsoft's repositories, anything I can stream, I will stream. In the same format basically as today. So looking forward to that, and I will close this stream now and wish you everybody a great weekend, and to see you on my next streams. Right? Have a good one.